All right, Nugget and I are going to teach you guys the place command. Now, the place command is going to be the exact same method as stay, so I'll put that in the description as well. But place is a dedicated spot, let's say in your house, that your dog can go to and relax for a little bit of time. Different from the crate. I like to use place as a timeout spot if I'm bringing groceries in, or I'm cleaning, dog's underfoot, or if company comes over and I still want my dog to be in the mix of things but out of the way, then we use place. I think every dog should have a place. We like to use cots here. You can use a blanket or a dog bed, but that needs to be a spot where they can go and chill out for a little bit each day. I aim for 30 minutes every single day of uninterrupted place time. You're going to start with 5 minutes, add a minute or two each day when you practice with them, and then get up to that 30-minute mark. If my dog is laying on the floor, on the couch, whatever it may be, I will wake her up specifically and tell her to go get on her place. Instead of her choosing what to do all of the time, I'm going to make some of those choices for her. That's going to help with their behavior. Dogs should not be making all their own choices. We are the humans. We should be doing a lot of those for them. I do want them to think for themselves often, but when they are rambunctious, pacing, whatever it is, they need to be able to go to a spot. So I'm going to tell them, hey, go to place. That's the same thing as us going and meditating or having our relaxed time. So I personally like these Bedsure brand cots. You can get whatever kind you want. I have it flipped upside down just to show you that if your dog is weary of a cot like this, then just flip it upside down and take the treat and lure them onto it. Yes, good place. He's not on it all the way, but we're going to show you that in the next steps here. So reward for the baby steps, and then you'll make it harder each time. So here I'm going to step this way. Yes, good place, Nugget. Break. And he can get off. Hey, he's like, I'm going to stay on it. Go ahead, Nugget. Jump off. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it around. Place. Good job, Nugget. Now he's practiced this before, so he knows place pretty darn well. When you start working on the stay portion, so you should be able to say place, and you don't have to go stay, 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 stay. You don't need to do that, okay? So all you do is say place, and until you give them the release word, they should stay on place. So you're going to start small, back up, step in, yes, good place. Step back a little further and wait a little bit longer. So you're working on your distance, your duration, and your distraction. A distraction would be something like a squeaker toy or a ball that you can toss, or maybe even just people or other animals walking in the area. Nugget, leave it. And I'm starting with the distractions up here. And you can add your distractions later on. This is just a fast forward version of this. When you add your distractions, you do want to stay closer to them. So if they step off of the mat, then you can step into them, use a little bit of your spatial pressure, that awareness of my body being here. If I step into him, he's thinking, oh, what does she want? And he'll get back on that. Now, when you do this with your dog, if your dog is not super calm or practice like Nugget here, then you'll want to keep them on a leash. So you can keep a little bit of leash pressure there. You're holding them back. You let go of a little bit of that pressure, step back, and then you can step in. Yes, good place. And then eventually you can drop that leash when they've had a little bit of that time with practice and the place and the stay. If you're doing a stay, you just don't have the place caught. If you want to practice that somewhere else, that's totally fine. You'll continue to get further and further back. Now, let's say that you get about this far back and your dog continues to get off that mat. Get a little bit closer and stay here longer. I'm going to show you an example of what happens. I don't know what Nugget's going to do here, but this is probably a good example of what can happen if you talk to your dog too much. I'm guessing he's going to jump off of the mat. So I'm going to say this. Oh, Nugget, what a good boy. Yes, you're such a good boy. He did. See, it was playtime all of a sudden. I started touching him, talking to him. Nugget, place. So I'm not going to do that when we're working. It's very, very simple, very direct. We are in working mode. And you can tell him good boy, that's fine, but I'm not going to get amped up and start talking to him. I'm not going to say, you're such a good little puppy. Oh, yes, you're such a good boy. Good job. And talk to him. I'm not going to do that. Place Nugget. It's just going to be direct. We're working. Yes, good place. Now to proof this and to make sure that they are listening for their release command, which you're doing 2 tasks at once here, I'm going to stay close to him in case I need to use the leash or body pressure. Biscuits, bananas, breakfast, break. Yes, break is his release word. Good boy, Nugget. He knows that he is free to go after that. So if you have any comments, then put them down below. Place is an amazing thing, especially if you've got a dog that's super high anxiety, that follows you around. That can help with their anxiety quite a bit. So they've got that time, they can go, just chill, and it's an amazing thing. So you can find these cots online. If you go to flow.page/makeitclick, I have this exact one linked. Nugget, I think he weighs 50-ish pounds. This one is the small version, and I've actually put a full-grown boxer on this one, and he fit on it just fine. So you don't have to have super large ones. These ones are very breathable. You can have them outside, inside, and yeah, that's my favorite one. So thanks for watching.